How do, everybody? So obviously it is a new day because it's bright out. But anyway, we're getting after this fence. Let me show you what I've gotten done today besides sweating. Well, we have 4 rolls of barbed wire that was along the top and the bottom. This stuff is like 14.5 gauge. It's like, to give you a reference, it's super duper thin. It just stretches and stretches. I may put it along the bottom just because I have it and it seems like kind of a waste. I mean, that little mess, that's getting thrown out. But those ones I can string out along the very bottom of the fence, and that way anything that starts to root won't get out. But anyway, we got our diagonal brace put on. I still need to put another one across the top, and I'm going to leave that long. I think it'll be fine. It's just an indicator of kind of where the 50 marks is. 50-foot marks are, except of course that one, it's a lie because it's over here. Anyway, I got a couple of T-posts put in. Oh, tried to die. A couple of T-posts put in where they go. This one happened to be where it was supposed to be, and it is a tall enough fence post. Some of these are 6.5 footers, and some of them are actually like only 6s. So by the time you get them in past the flag, by the flag, I'll show you what I mean here. That guy right, oh, shadows, that right there. So you can see that one was buried to the right point, but that leaves only about 5 feet sticking up, which we have 4-foot fence, and then you can put a little bit of barbed wire on it. The problem is I don't know if it picks it up, but from over there it drops, the terrain falls off, and as you go along through here it goes up and down. But anyway, I wanted to show you what we got here. We got traffic is what we got. I got a hole dug, and I don't know how well this is going to pick it up, but that right there, that's a rock. That's a rock I actually chipped away and broke. That's a rock. And then there's a rock. It's just, oh boy, itty bitty little rocks. But I'll show you, that is 2 feet deep. But it is what it is, so that means I'm going to have 6 feet sticking up instead of 5. But again, it'll mark, like you can kind of see the fence post is up top and then it comes down. But I'm using the wooden fence post as a marker for 50 feet, and also it gives more stability because all of that full of concrete ain't going nowhere. So I didn't really film any of the putting the T-posts in or digging the hole, because you saw me digging a hole the other day on the last video, the little clamshell pole stole digger, and then the make it happener bar. I might put a little bit of it on video and in like a time lapse kind of thing, but you get the idea. I mean, if you've ever built fence before, you're just going at it. There isn't a whole lot of technique other than hit it hard. But I'll get this thing set up on a tripod and bring you back here in just a little bit. Alrighty then. So we have a flat tire, a pneumatic tire, and a never flat tire. I'm going to take this tire, put it on there, and replace both of these with some Harbor Freight ones. They're a little bit smaller in diameter, but I think they'll still work fine. It just might have to modify this bumper thing at some point. Just because when you pick up too high, it might hit the ground. But anyway, so, okay, 1/2 inch. We'll get this taken off the one side, and then that'll allow this axle to come out, and we will put that tire on. I'm hoping I have enough stuff to run like bushings, and once I figure all that out, I'll show you a little closer what we're having to do. And then hopefully we never have to worry about flat tires again, because they'll all be those solid jobs. All right, so we ended up running 2 bushings on each side of this wheel and a hard washer. And then on this one, we had to do 3. And then over here, we've got 3 different, it's actually the ones that were on this side to begin with. But anyway, now everything's got these hard tires on it. This is, I think they're actually spread out a little bit further than what they were. But the most important thing for today is we got this guy on here. So now we can go do concrete, and I don't have to lug the bags of concrete to the wheelbarrow. I can just go straight in to the wheelbarrow from the truck. So we'll get the rest of those put on the truck, wheelbarrow on the truck, and put, well, that one's about half full. We'll fill that 5-gallon bucket full of water, put it on here, and we'll head back down to the fence. I'll meet you there. Well, hole isn't exactly the way I would want it. It kind of goes like this because of the rocks, but it is what it is. Hopefully I don't mix it too wet again. Did not quite fill the hole. It's not as strong, but I don't want to create a hole or essentially a bucket for this to fill with water and rot the post off. So I'm going to throw some of these big rocks back down in there. The concrete does, it's not as strong because now it's just got rocks that can chip away from. But while it's all down in the ground like that, it's not going anywhere. I wouldn't do this with a sidewalk or anything, but for what we're doing here, I won't tell if you don't. My only other option is to mix more concrete, but I don't have another post to pour any in, so we are where we are. Ta-da! Now we get to do more T-posts. We'll splash a little more in there. Okay. I'll get you guys set up down further, and we'll put some T-posts in. Probably do a time lapse because you guys have all seen this before. So you want the nubs towards the fence, and the fence is on the side of the animals you're trying to contain, whether that's truly to contain them or to keep predator animals out. The fence rides on these little nubs, and you put the clips on it. So you always want to put the nubs towards the animals. In our case, we're going to run hot wire and stuff later, but for right now, we're just trying to get some fence back up. Hopefully we don't hit too many rocks. Okay, and I'm going bloop bloop till this weld right here is at my nose, and calling that good enough. It will go up and down with the terrain, but that's okay. We're not trying to create better homes and gardens, just better fences to containment. So far, no rocks. That's a good thing. All right, you might notice that this looks a little different from other T-post drivers you've seen, but it's because it's homemade. I had T-handles on here, but I broke them off. So this is 5/8 thick, 2 inches tall as kind of a counterweight. This here is 2.5 by like 2.5, and welded on and then ground down a little bit. And I've just found it's easier to do it with my hands sideways rather than grabbing onto something, because even if I wear gloves, eventually you'll wear blisters. Anyway, this is our next wood post. We've got one more T-post, so we'll get that drove in, and then we're back to digging. Woohoo! I have also always found it's easier to load the T-post into the driver and then set it. A lot of people will be like way up here trying to get it over the top. I just don't see the point in doing it that way. But that's just how I do it. Okay. This, I don't know if you can see it in the camera right now, but this red one here is a couple inches short, but it's already in the ground. It's right where it needs to be, so I can't see pulling it out and then driving another one in because it's going to go straight back to where this one was. So worst case scenario, the barbed wire will be at the tippity top of it, but we'll deal. Well, we got what's left of a stump right here, but I guess it's not really going to affect much. All right. Yep. Found a root. Oh, lovely. Well, Make It Happener bar is not really going to do great on that. I may need to go get my Sawzall. That tends to work pretty good. You can just reach down in there with the wood blade. First, we'll try an axe. Kind of beyond the reach, I think. Oh, that sounded like a rock. Got it. Whew. Now that I beat a trench into it too. Good grief. That's why I had to get down on my knees. Standing up, there's no way I could get down in there. Who needs a gym? Farm fit, baby. Okay guys, I lost sound with my microphone, but right about here, I punched a hole through the bottom of the wheelbarrow with the shovel. Yeah, that's the hole right there. Kind of hard to mix concrete if you got a giant hole in the bottom of it. Yeah, anyway. So we're gonna mix it up in this bucket here, and for the rest of the video, there ain't a whole lot of sound. So I might be pointing to stuff and banging my head into something, leaning up against something, but you're not gonna hear it until the very end. But bear with me, we'll figure this microphone thing out, I promise. All right, guys, well, at best I can put in a few more T-posts. Probably do that real quick, but I think you've seen enough of those. I don't want to bore you with the same thing over and over and over again. So we'll probably call it for tonight. I'll go let Liddell know the bad news about our super expensive wheelbarrow. I think that was a gift, actually. My mom and dad gave me that, but that was a few years back. We have definitely got our money out of it, or, well, their money out of it. Anyway, yeah, that kind of sucks, but we will get over it. I'll put a couple more T-posts in, and then I'm headed up for dinner. If Liddell doesn't have it already done, I will show you what she's making. Mama not feeling too good today, but she's a trooper. She'll end up making dinner anyway before I know what's going on. So it'll probably already be done. But anyway, that's it for tonight. God bless you.